Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting Vanille Left 4 Dead 2 production. We are continuing the RBT with another exciting round 4 Dead Center match. Today we've got a couple of North American teams gracing us with their gameplay on a Sir Please Chicago neutral server single game. We have team L4D1 was better against team StayPoorB. And it looks like we almost have all the players readied up, so we'll get into things super quickly here. Starting off on Survivor, we have Jared, Remix, Eve, and Entei. And then StayPoorB on the other team, manning the Infected for this opening round, we have Jackass, TOG Big 3, Badfish, and Evoker. I myself am a pretty big fan of seeing Dead Center gameplay go on. There's a lot of exciting tanks and a lot of interesting things that can happen, and right off the bat we've got the super early tank. We're going to be seeing a safe room tank fight here, one of the more challenging tank fights I think for survivors to sort of deal with the special infected very efficiently, deal with kiting the tank, all sorts of things, as only 2 of the survivors are going to have guns for the opening. And it does look like we have the gun holders selected. Eve is going to be running the shotgun, and Remix holding on to that silenced SMG. So the gun holders for this tank have been decided, and we are going live, starting off the opening round of this Dead Center match. Here we go. Remix and Eve pushing up to the front door. Gonna clear out commons right here. This is a moderately late tank spawn. They are gonna have to go pretty significantly out into this hallway. It is not going to be completely free and safe for them to get set up. Meanwhile, the SI do have a 3-1 boomer hit. So separation could be possible on this. Some confusion when that tank spawns up is always trouble for the teams. But here we go. Smoker to the front. Gonna go for the pull. He actually manages to get it. Charger looking for it. Hunter looking for the interception. And the charge misses or gets shut down, actually. So Eve managing to stay mostly safe while this tank spawns up in the hands of Badfish. Survivors taking their time killing off this horde, getting themselves prepared to go back to the safe room to fight this tank. Badfish is just moving his way up. We'll have to see what SI, our special infected team, StayPoorB, get. They do have Boomer, Charger, and Jockey. I see a lot of teams try to go with 3 cappers, but it looks like this Boomer is going to try to find a spawn and make the boom happen here. Gonna keep looking for it for now. Badfish still on plenty of rage. They've got some time to figure out what they want to do. Of course, if they don't sack before too long, it can be difficult to get the spawn up by the time the tank's going in. And here goes the Boomer, just gonna sack it right there, while Badfish is still on first pass. This will probably give them the Hunter, I believe, since the Smoker died late on the initial hit, which is about the most common, I think, SI setup you see going in on this safe room. And here we go, tank pushing in. He's gonna find the corner onto Nick, getting meleeed in the back. Nice multi-punch. He's gonna switch to LS, try to get this in cap. His health is whittling down. SI going in. We've got a 2 cap right now. Charger just needs to find the intercept, and he does! The 3 cap! No pressure on that tank right there. 1500 HP left. The SI just executing instantly, and the survivors have been executed. StayPoorB getting the early wipe here on Dead Center 1. 36 points on the board for L4D1 was better. And we are going to see the sides switch. Wow, that Hunter is so close to dead. Maybe he got chipped a little after he capped, but that was kind of a slow and nerve-wracking tri-cap to watch right there. I thought for sure, you know, if you're going in that early without the tank helping you pressure those, it really relies on all of your infected to get the caps before they can get those clears. Of course, with the weakened guns the survivors are holding, it's not the most difficult tri-cap to land, but man, it is that was still really well executed by StayPoorB. But now, next round is going live. We have L4D1 was better. Gonna play their SI round. On the survivor side, we have Coach, that is Jackass, running the shotgun, and Ellis, that is Evoker, running the SMG right here. Pushing up very similarly. Shotgun just clearing out commons bit by bit, and the SMG watching his back. As misses is quite common here. But here comes the SI hit. We've got Hunter, Charger going into the front. Charger's gonna miss as well as that Hunter getting skeeted, and Tank now up into the hands of Entei, who's gonna get chipped down the hallway a little bit, but not a big deal. Eve looking for this Boomer. I don't think they unblocked safe for him, so once again, you know, it's gonna be hard for this Boomer to get anything on their own. But they need to try to make sure they're efficient with their spawn sacks again. And here we go. We're gonna sack the Smoker. We're gonna sack the Boomer probably. Man, this Boomer having a hard time finding a spawn. There we go. There's the pop. So this should give them the Hunter Charger Jockey setup once again. Those cappers, the cappers with the most HP, basically. Hardest to clear. Which works well in this small area. You don't have to worry about the Charger not being able to land. He usually has enough HP to get out on someone eventually. But here we go. Entei, low on rage. Time to push in. Going into the opening safe room here. We have him tunneling on Coach, looking for the punch. He manages to get the first punch. There's a second one. I don't know if Coach is 4-punched, but that's going to be a punch whip. He is so close to down. SI coming in, actually landing a 2-cap right now. There's the last survivor standing is Rochelle. This Tank down to 53 HP. That's the kill. It's up to Remix's Jockey, and he does land it, but the pounce has been cleared on the other side. Evoker standing up. I believe that Hunter pounce was right next to Coach, and he got cleared from the in cap. Wow, so close to a wipe for Team L4D1 was better. But StayPoorB managing to efficiently get capped next to each other, I suppose, in a clearable fashion. And now they're up with health bonus to boot. This is not the end of the map though. Death charges and a ton of damage continue to be possible to here, but the Special Infected only have a 2-2 setup with Hunter and Smoker. Really unlikely to see any sort of a ledge right here, but we are going to see the SI spring the attack. Hunter going to get skeeted by Remix in one shot, or no, by Jackass. 2 boom does land, as well as a fair amount of spit damage. That's going to give a tri-cap, a quad cap, I believe, for the infected team.
I'm reloading.
A little difficult to see exactly which spawns they're going to get, but the Charger is there. Respawning, cutting open the fire door as the survivors go over it to make them take extra damage, but StayPoorB, they're happy to take the fire damage. They're like, we're ahead. We just need to go fast. Charger YOLOing in down the hallway. He actually gets a 2-cap right there. They get close to a tri-cap. So a good amount of damage going in off of that quad cap hit. Even if they all had to rush in from behind to be able to make that hit, they still get the damage in. StayPoorB, their bonus has been cut down in half since the end of that tank fight. And there's still a few choke points left in this map. We have another 2-2 attack, but it is a Hunter and Charger, which, you know, are the damage SI. If they can land with that spit, there's a lot of ways to turn that into close to a full end cap, if not a full end cap. And that's the kind of play we'll need to see. 2 of these survivors are perma-slow. Actually, 3 of them are permanently slow right now. Pushing out, getting their guns. SI not ready to trigger this. Looking for a Boomer spawn in the back of that elevator. Not able to find it. There goes the rocket. Nice 2-boom. SI gonna push in right now. Charger's gonna land. Hunter getting skeeted by Jackass once again. And the spit not getting a ton of damage right there due to the lack of spit spread in that elevator. Actually, I don't think the spit even does damage in that elevator. So Survivor's going to continue to move forward. Only a mild amount of damage from that Charger on that previous hit. It's looking good for StayPoorB to make safe for him. Any bonus, the distance points already are worth a pretty good amount here. And the bonus would be icing on the cake. Charger, Jockey, Smoker, getting ready. There's a nice pull to the front, taking Nick into the fire. That's an in cap in the fire. Jockey moving Rochelle into the fire as well. There's a charge on top of it. Coach getting a full slam onto him. And the Smoker is still alive, ready to troll this pickup, maybe. Badfish is dead. The fire there just does so much damage in the middle of this room. They could not get the pickup despite having people ready to do so almost immediately. Smoker looking for the despawn, not going to happen. He's going to stay right here. Go for this last second attack. There's only 3 survivors up, but it's only a 2-2 SI setup. Smoker not able to get the pull. Hunter is actually going to land, and they get the spit on top of it. Rochelle taking a fair amount of damage. That's an incap onto TOG, big 3. L4D1 was better, trying to clean up this round. There's only a little bit of bonus remaining on Evoker. All of the damage bonus ticked off as these survivors have taken a lot of damage after their end caps. But they file into the end safe room. It doesn't look like there's going to be a final hit quite available. StayPoorB getting into that safe room. Getting almost full distance for this map. I mean, if you count in the small amount of bonus they did, it's basically like they got full distance. So, well played. Still, Dead Center 1, not worth the most amount of points, so it's still a pretty close game. A point differential of just under 400 points. StayPoorB with 423 against L4D1 was better with 36. Alright, team's setting up now for Dead Center 2. Going live very quickly right here. StayPoorB on Survivor side. Once again, as they were the leaders last map. We've got a 2-2 shotgun and Uzi setup from the Survivor team. As they bait out this opening safe room. TOG Big 3 taking the position 1 right here. The other shotgun on Jackass once again. We have a 2-2 setup from the SI as well. With Hunter and Smoker, can be damage. Here comes Hunter trying to find the wall kick. He does get skeeted very handily right there. Spit being employed onto the survivors. Looks like they're going to be nice and safe on top of that railing, away from the spit. And that's a nice 3-boom going out, but the survivors making efficient movement. Not, ooh, finally Ellis getting caught up by the Common Infected a little bit. He's actually going to take some damage. Making that boomer quite successful at slowing down the survivors and getting some ticks of damage in. Charger, Jockey, Boomer, Hunter, not the hit you want to see for this staircase. They may choose to spring it early. I see Jockey, oh, nice single boom in the front. Hunter's there, ready to attack, gonna start pushing in. Hunter's gonna get skeeted though pretty hard. Jockey does manage to land while that Charger gets mowed down. A few ticks of damage onto Rochelle right there. Honestly, not a bad way to use that hit. They sprung it pretty early, so they're going to have another hit up before too long. As survivors push through here. It will be a 2-2 setup, though. It looks like it's going to be Smoker and, I believe, Hunter. With a 2-2, survivors pushing out long. Doing a nice job clearing this open area, and that Boomer's going to get popped, so no free boom right now. Smoker looking for the pull to back. They actually managed to land the pounce onto Coach along with that spit for a little bit more chip damage onto SPB. This tank is going to be super late in the map too. This might actually be in the final event area. So there's a lot of map to get through without bleeding, but if StayPoorB can keep their health up, they will be looking in a solid position to handle a tank at that point in the map. Some of the easier tanks, I think. It's a much more open area, or potentially bridge tank. We'll have to see, but they push up to the next choke point. No spitter in the queue for L4D1, who's better. Charger rushing down the staircase. We have a 1-boom in the back. Man, the SI just getting shut down. The M2 on the Jockey, and then Smoker getting killed before the tongue can finish. SPB looking in fine form here, dealing with the infected on the majority of these hits. Looks like they are going to push up this next staircase. SI finally going to have spawns, probably for the double-decker staircase to the side. They're looking for some close spawns around here, maybe trying to find a free boom, but they've got another 2-2 hit.
That gun store's around here somewhere.
Seems like they're ending up with these more often than not. I think going for a lot of free booms, which they have been landing. So it's hard to say no to a free boom, but as a result, getting a lot of 2-2s for these setups. They do have Hunter Charger again though, which can be damaging, but the survivors know what's coming for them and they are baiting it out very hard. This is going to be a nice, slow play of this choke point. TOG Big 3 in the front, pushing it up slowly, managing to stop the countdown timer. Hunter is pre-spawned, trying to go out on Rochelle, but she backpedals so hard. They're so far out the back. Man, those survivors were just out of there before the Hunter could get anywhere close to Rochelle. Now we just have Charger and Boomer trying to make something of this hit. Ooh, Boomer is going to get popped, rocketing in from the top, and Charger going to get the stumble right there, but getting shut down by TOG Big 3 once again.
Reloading.
That will give them a 3-1 no Charger spitter hit. So maybe seeing some shenanigans on the gun shop. The tank will be up before too long, but I think they're going to make it into the gun shop first. SI, they have their full hit up right now.
Jeez, Alice. Is it
Jockey,
supposed to feel
Smoker,
this
Hunter.
good to see this many guns?
Yes, ma'am, it truly
Looks like there will
is.
be no gun shop shenanigans. Trying to set up on the staircase with their SI hit. This Hunter pre-spawned very much. Dude, I'm worried. His hand's showing through the wall. They can see his hand through the wall. I think they're trying to shoot at him and it's not working. I'm not really sure. Maybe they didn't see it, but I'm seeing his claw go through the wall. There he goes, trying to get the kill on it, but getting pounced right there. That's going to be the pounce of it. Jockey looking for the separation along with the smoker. They don't quite manage to finish the caps, but that's still a fair amount of spit damage on the TOG Big 3. But the survivors... Ooh, TOG Big 3 actually forced to take the pills right there. So they will have some bleed during this tank fight, which is very, very soon. Survivors going to spawn it up any moment now. Tank going into the hands of Remix. And this can be an awkward open area tank. The survivors actually pretty split up right now. We might see an attack in between a Boomer actually getting the pop. Charger looking for a spawn to go in and attack with this Hunter, but it's not quite happening. They may try to intercept on the bridge. Survivors definitely want to push back to this bridge right now, it looks like. StayPoorB not going to fight this tank forward. Going to go for the old bridge strat. But here comes Remix. Let's see what he can do. He is working hittables to try to get some of them on the bridge. He's got a couple of them. Still 100% rage. We have a tri-cap ready for the infected team. It looks like they're content to just hold these. Or this tank's commit. But Tank, I don't know what his options are right now. Commit path not looking great. Survivors are very set up. 2 Uzis still only, but they are going to chip this tank as he climbs over the fence. Maybe going to go for his hittable, but no, he's just going to go up the bridge. Commit straight down. Survivors already halfway across the bridge looking for the early pull. They do manage to get it. That's a separation onto Ellis. Can he turn it into the end cap? It's going to be very difficult. Oh, Tank getting body blocked. Multiple punches. Survivors actually just giving him these punches. Here comes the charge and the pounce. Not managing to land the 2-cap, or maybe the Hunter getting knocked around a little bit, but the Tank doing a lot of destruction. That's nice. Almost 2 end caps from that tank right there. Maybe even closer to 3. There's so many survivors very low and close to end cap. Wow, that was a lot of damage for that bridge area. That was really good, really big by that smoker to get the early pull onto the survivors. Really opened things up for that tank, and then everyone else was on the survivor team just gave him a lot of body blocks to try to stop him from getting free end caps on the players. Here we go, Jockey gonna get stuffed in the back. Spit being employed to split the survivor team right there, but that self-clear on the smoker is gonna keep them from taking a lot of damage. And Boomer getting popped in the end as well. That's gonna give him a 3-1 no smoker spitter hit. So could see something indoors, but wow. TOG Big 3 making some good time, going and picking up this Kula. He is close to going slow, but it looks like he's going to be able to make it out in good time without going slow. Yeah, all the way outdoors. Survivors look like they're going to take their time taking the long path here. May decide to wait out the event, or at least wait out one hit. They do have 2 players slow at this point, and they're choosing not to take pills. So it seems like they want a slow play here. Just try to avoid taking damage, and don't worry about the bleed out. It's a strategy I see a lot of teams doing in zone mod. If they feel confident that they can shut down SI hits, you know, moving slow and being cautious can be a strong option. The SI right now have a 3-1 hit with Spitter, and it looks like they're not going to throw the SI in right here. They're content to let SPV play this event out, and they're going to attack on the choke point of the Cola event. The Cola drop-off box, as it were. Survivors can sometimes have to worry about running out of ammo here. I feel like since they just played tank and went through the gun shop, they're probably pretty topped up. But you never know. It can be a little stressful.
Grabbing the cola.
They are done with the event, though. No SI being sent in right there. Still 2 players slow for Team SPB. L4D1 was better. Getting ready. They're sitting around that cola. They're eyeing it. The jockey trying to decide on which spawn's best for them. But Badfish is going to push up right here with his Uzi. Baiting out all these doorways. Trying to block. Trying to bait an SI to jump on him early. So they can clear it off more controlled. Jackass is going to be pouring the coal, and Hunter is going to get the pounce right there. Nice 2-cap onto that jockey, and that's an in-cap onto Rochelle as well. Spit being employed on top of it. Jackass almost going down from a huge amount of spit damage. Wow, that was dangerously close to having 3 survivors in-capped up top. But the greed play of not taking the pills and moving slow still working out for StayPoorB.
Look, we have to get going. Come on.
We're going to see an intentional in-cap onto Jackass so we can start the players moving at slightly more speed. But Badfish all the way in the front, just hopping along, waiting for his team to catch up to him. We have a tri-cap with Boomer set up for the infected. It can be a little difficult to find a spot to trigger this hit. Personally, I'm a fan of just kind of looking for some close-range shenanigans here, one at a time. But getting a coordinated hit can help things land.
Reloading.
Boomer's looking for this boom on the porta potty. We have a pull to the back. Jockey gonna be flying in from the side. Gonna get shut down though, and that charger getting cleared before he can land anything close to a full charge. Boomer's gonna get popped as well. Now Badfish popping their pills. Jackass as the only slow survivor for Team SPB. L4D1 was better. Probably gonna get a last second hit here due to the movement speed of these survivors.
We got a safe house.
But we'll see what they can accomplish with it. We do have a 3-1 with Spitter. Once again, Jockey flying in, trying to land on the neck. Not going to happen. We do have the pole landing right there. That's a pounce as well. We're going to have a spit on top of that smoker. Not quite going to get the in-cap onto Badfish, but a lot of damage. Their damage bonus is down to 0. Honestly, actually, I think their damage bonus had been down for some time. So without it accomplishing any kills right there, Evoker has just carried his bonus into that safe room unscathed. Wow, that's, you know, not the hugest bonus for that map, but it is full distance and it is bonus. You've got to be happy with that if you're StayPoorB. They're already ahead. They just need to, if you know, not getting wiped on another map keeps them in the game and keeps them, you know, competitive as far as their scores. This puts pressure on L4D1 was better to, you know, if they want to start bringing a comeback, they need to make a bigger bonus than that. Making this map is not enough.
Okay, Nick.
Now with that bridge tank, they do have the possibility
But you can
of,
change that tune
you know,
now
getting a
if you want.
sizable bonus if they can ace that bridge tank. There's a lot of pressure on the SI to do work to help the tank maximize its potential there. So it's going to be StayPoorB's turn to try to make the moves. This Hunter going for the pre-spawned DP is Badfish all the way up top. This 2-2 SI hit. Spitter is pre-spawned. Looks like they're content to just go for the pull from the side. Nice quick opening hit here. Trying to make this pounce land. There goes the pull. Hunter nowhere to be seen. Lands outside of the opening area. Spit and Boomer have been deployed already, and that Hunter going in. Fair amount of damage coming from, I believe, the boom and maybe scratch from the Spitter. A little bit of spit damage. But Survivors able to move quite quickly. The Infected, I don't believe they're getting a 2-2, but they're going to get no Hunter and no Boomer, I believe. Pretty good hit to go on this staircase here, since they have the charge spit. Can they pull it off, though? We have the Survivor team getting ready to bait this out. Eve taking position 1 with the shotgun. His job is to not get capped and maybe backpedal. Smoker, ooh, gonna get baited out right there. That's a kill onto the Smoker remix with the follow-up with that Uzi. Deadly pinpoint accuracy. Charger gonna go in. He actually manages to catch the position 2 right there, but no spit able to spread onto that as he's on top of a railing, and the clear was so quick he didn't get teleported down. Minor amounts of spit damage going in onto Coach from that hit, but L4D1 was better, still looking in strong position. Gonna take it wide, clear out this area of commons. Just kidding, they're gonna push right through. SI still don't have spawns yet, but that's a nice 3-boom onto the survivor team. Can be hard for the infected to get an effective hit, but they're gonna go for it. There's a separation pull, nice skeet. Charger is gonna land. So another 10 or 15 damage flying in onto these survivors from StayPoorB. But L4D1 was better, still in a solid position. Both teams managing to keep pretty high bonuses through the first 3 choke points of this map. But we'll have to see what is in store next for these players. We are going to have a 2-2 setup right here. Looks like Hunter, Jockey, and Survivor is able to take the one-way drop without any problems. Gonna take it slow, clear out all the commons in this area. And the 2-2 setup for Team StayPoorB looks like they're happy to just wait for the double wide, or the double-decker staircase. They are getting set up all the way up top and staring at these survivors. I don't know if they're thinking about springing their hit early. It does look like the Hunter's pre-spawn there. Ooh, they may be going for some big rocket hit right here with their 3-1. Oh, I thought they were going to have a 2-2. I was very wrong. Here we go. Hunter in from the back. There's the pounce landing. Charger going to whiff, though. That pounce not getting cleared. Actually getting a charger punch on top of it. And Jockey going to hit on it as well. That's a ton of damage focused in on Remix. They actually get him slow, down to 39 HP. Very successful hit in that location. Remix opting not to take pills, though. He's down to just move slow. He knows they're going to be waiting on this bridge for the tank fight. If they can avoid taking pills until then, that's a lot of bleed to avoid. Smoker, Boomer, Charger, Hunter is the infected setup right here. It looks like they're going to get set up on top of the gun shop. This might be another rocket hit onto the survivors. Not quite sure, but Remix out there in the position 1. He's blocked most of the spawns. The survivors moving up quite cautiously. Yeah, it looks like this Boomer not able to get the spawn right there. Survivors probably will be pushing up to the gun shop. It's hard to tell when the infected are going to take this hit. We have a Smoker setting up very far forward. So the survivors just moving up cautiously, not bleeding. They're not taking anything. StayPoorB, not interested in these choke points. It looks like, oh, Hunter going in for a scratch. That may be their tank player. I wonder if they're going to wait and spring this on the tank spawn. Remix just content to move up here nice and slow. Clear out some horde. I do know that teams can fight this tank forward. It's, you know, a pretty long run in for the tank, and it's a little difficult to do stuff with the hittables here, but nice 1-boom. Landing onto Rochelle, trying to punish these survivors for their slow play right here a little bit. They do have a Jockey up to replace that Hunter. Oh, but he's going to pre-spawn and get chased down in that side room. I really wonder what StayPoorB are doing right here with these one-at-a-time SI hits, but the survivors, you know, aren't doing anything either. Just a nice slow play. Looking for the pull to the front is Jackass, and he gets shut down. They have a charge spit up. I think they're thinking about going on the retreat of these survivors. They have separation onto Nick, who's alone in the back behind the spit, but maybe a little hard to play on it. Jackass pushing in. It looks like survivors do want to push back. They haven't taken this area. Jackass closing the distance on these survivors, but they are going to manage to get the run back, shutting down that charger right there, and all the survivors making it back to the bridge right now. Remix has pilled up. Jackass heading to the roof with his tank. Ooh, 1-boom going out on the survivors in the back. Entei gonna be nice and boomed right there, but this should clear out before the tank commits. Now the tank has some choices here. Does he go for a rock tank right now? He is going on second pass. Does he try to get one of the side hittables in? SI setup, we have Jockey, Hunter, and Smoker. So no charger here. I think sometimes you want to see the charger, but SPB pushing in, heading up. Nice early pull, that's very huge. Onto the staircase. Tank getting a multi-punch off of it. Hunter needs to try to get something next for the tank. He's going to have to stop and throw an E-Rock. He does manage to land the rock. Oh, Jockey trying to take that, but the tank takes his target. This SI attack is basically dead. Jackass now getting out They did get a fair amount of damage off of those early punches, but it's not going to convert into much. This tank still alive, trying to find something to do in the back with his last 1500 HP. Meanwhile, survivors content to push to the other end of the bridge. Looks like they're going to hold it there in the area just before the gun shop. Tank actually getting set up to go for some rocks on this rooftop, and survivors not set up to punish him a whole lot for that open positioning. There's an in-between spawn on this charger, trying to punish the survivors up top. There goes the pull. Charger going to go on top of it. Ooh, he's not able to land though. This boomer pre-spawned as well, not able to find the boom. Basically, they're just accomplishing bleed at this point on the infected team, but it is working. The tank's still at 1200 HP and the survivors not moving forward. There is a very high bonus still in the hands of L4D1 was better. 597 points right now. That would bring back this match to essentially a tie if they can make it with this amount of health. Tank now pushing across the bridge. He is not AI yet. He's going to stop and throw a rock. Ooh, gets skeeted just in front of Eve's face. Charger's going to land on the other side, though, for another 10 damage right there, and Tank is finally taken down. Wow. Team L4D1 was better. Do make it through with sizable bonus after that tank. Really well mitigated damage. It felt like the infected kind of getting in each other's way a little bit when trying to accomplish their goals. Tank accidentally taking some SI targets. But, you know, these survivors are slow during this event. And it can be one where they take a bunch of damage. Hunter is going to land in the front onto Jackass. Spitter not quite ready to go on top of it, though. They are getting a little bit of chip damage here. Actually getting some spit damage onto Eve. But they found some pills for Eve. So they are going to be all moving at full speed right now. Rochelle going on her own to the front as the solo boom, just trying to make room for her team to do whatever they want. It looks like, similarly, we are going to see the survivors wait out the rest of this event in the open area. Or perhaps not. They are very spread right now. Jockey going in on the back two, not able to find anything. That's a single boom to the front. Very spread out SI hit right now. We have a Charger, Boomer, and Hunter. Sorry, a Charger and Hunter still yet to spawn. Hunter actually going for the DP and landing a 14 onto Entei. Nice DP from TOG Big 3. Boomer finally going to get popped right there. These are staggered SI hits, but they're finding enough separation and enough confusion to get damage off of them. They have whittled down the bonus a bit, and they have some opportunity to do it a bit more. Certainly Entei at 10 HP. If this Charger lands on them, this could be the full end cap. There they go, pouring the cola in right now. SI going for the spit. Jockey's going to land onto Rochelle. Charger looking to go in and do something on top of Ellis, but not able to land. There was a nice pull to the side. Chip damage, whittling down these survivors and their bonus, but no in cap. So L4D1 was better. Still trucking on towards that safe room, and they do have a higher bonus. 333 bonus still in the pool. That's about 150 points higher than StayPoorB got. But can they hold on to it until they make this safe room? We have a Jockey Hunter 2-2 SI setup for SPB. And Nick pushing on these close spawns right here. Once the survivors... Wow, what is this Hunter doing? Trying to get on top of the Liberty Mall sign? I've never seen this. That is so cool if he can do that. But no, he's going to give up on it. The survivors being scared to pull back. They're just bleeding out on two of their players right now. Spit being employed. But the survivors taking no ground. They are choosing to move to the opposite side. They know those pre-spawns are over there, so they're actually getting pushed to the left side to give some wide berth to those spawns. Hunter looks like he's interested in pushing in. Jockey finally going to come in. Spitter gets picked, and the two SI cappers getting shut down very handily right there. Boomer going in. Oh, almost landing the boom, but he's going to get shoved and popped. No boom landing. StayPoorB holding onto that bonus, still well above 300 points. There is probably going to be a last second hit. These survivors are moving way too slow to get it in. Get into the safe room after that hit. Especially Eve in the back. All by his lonesome as coach.
Okay.
The last second hit is a 3-1. Spitter attack. That's going to be a nice tongue cut. Charger's going to get shut down. And Spitter... Ooh, actually getting a free spit onto Remix. So close to getting an end cap. But the survivors are going to make safe room right here. And they take The chapter, they come in with a 276 point bonus, bringing back about 100 points this map. Final scores after this chapter, 1207 for L4D1, I think I have these backwards. 1207 for StayPoorB, and 912 for L4D1 was better.
Let's go find the evacuation center. I'm already sick of this place.
There's got to be around here somewhere. Let's find this evac and get out of here.
Definitely a solid survivor round from both teams last map, managing to make the save for him. That bridge tank can be pretty harrowing. I think both teams did a pretty good job of making things happen on that bridge tank. Really efficiently using their SI to land caps. I mean, they landed basically every cap on both sides on that bridge tank. It's just a question of how much they could get out of it. And in that regard, it did seem like L4D1 was better, did a little bit better, managing to run things off a bit. But the round is going live. StayPoorB about to start their survivor round here. We do have a 2-2 setup with Hunter and Jockey. Having a spit here can always make this hit pretty damaging. The safe room door can be deadly. There goes the Hunter right into that safe room. Gonna get skeeted. Jockey choosing to go in on top of it. Actually getting some chip damage onto Coach. Boomer actually getting a scratch there as well. And the boom does land. Maybe triggered slightly early while those survivors went back into safe room. But, you know, they get some delay and they get some damage off of it. So can't complain too much. This tank is at about 50%. I think this is going to be before the event, but there might be a long run back for the survivors. We'll have to see how they handle it. Next hit, though, is actually, they went for a quad cap here. I didn't even notice, but L4D1 was better, getting a quad cap on their second hit. L4D1 had quad caps, and they won them in this game too. So, yeah, we have the survivors slowly pushing around this area, clearing out commons. I imagine the SI will want to wait until the survivors drop down. We have Hunter spawn below, but he could decide to just switch, pounce his way up there. We have TOG Big 3 taking the position 1 at this time. Slowly ghosting down. A lot of these survivors ghosted. They are pushing down to the bottom. Here comes the hit. Charger, not going to find it quite yet. Smoker manages a momentary pull. Charger is going to land, but Jockey is shut down. Hunter going to get skeeted by Jackass. And now it's all just the Smoker going in to die last. They are going to have a 2-2 hit for the next hit. Quad being dodged by StayPoorB right there. They live to make it to the next choke. We do have Jockey, and what is the next capper? I think it's going to be Charger. So they have a charge spit right here. Could choose to go inside. There's a lot of commons still around for these survivor players. Taking their time and clearing it out. They know the choke point is likely to be the hallway with the spitter up. For L4D1 was better. But they are down to bait these out. Just take a moment and regroup. As long as they're not bleeding, there's nothing to force them to push up too quickly. Other than that horde timer. Taking it nice and slow here. 2 Uzis in the back, watching the skies, and Chargers in the front. There he goes. Only getting a stumble right there. Jockey gonna get shoved and shut down as well, but that's a nice spit! And Boomer body block onto Jackass, getting a fair amount of damage without the Chargers' help onto Coach. Nice moves by L4D1 was better. And there goes Tank, is gonna be spawning up. Wow, they were very close to spawning that for that attack. Probably going to be moving back right here. Survivors look like they're content to kind of stay in this area. We have Jared Tank up right now. They have Charger, Hunter, Smoker as the SI spawns. This might be the SI they want to go with here. Oh, but nope. Charger going to go for the free charge on the front. Managing to land a nice 10 damage onto Rochelle. but they're going to hold on to this Smoker and Hunter. I wonder what they want for the last spawn. They either want the Jockey or they want the Boomer, but Survivor is going to rotate back down. I agree with this. I like this area better. It's like in one area you're choosing SI that are easier to deal with, and the other area you're choosing to deal with a tank that can't get anything without SI help. So Survivor's pulling back as this tank rolls in. There goes the early pull, not going to land whatsoever. Survivor's on SPB, really making the kite work right here. Tank not super chipped though. He's still alive with 4,500 HP. Look at Nick flying to the other end of the map. This pull gonna get cut by the tank's body. Actually managing to get punches onto Jackass right there. He gets huge separation. And this Hunter giving the tank his next target. That's going to be chain punches on Rochelle. Looking for it right there. The Smoker going to get cleared on the side. Tank now all alone. 1,000 HP to his name. And he might be able to get his last punch, but he's going to get taken down. Wow. Honestly, really great kiting by Team SPB. But they didn't get a ton of chip. And the Infected all managing to land, I believe. For L4D1 was better. That's honestly a pretty good amount of damage for that tank. Like 1 in cap is probably average in my opinion. 1.5 in caps even better. I think that was close to 2 in caps worth of damage. So not too bad. Pounce is gonna go in to the front. Ooh, he's gonna get stumbled by the Boomer though. Not able to find this cap. Charger gonna get mowed down as well. And Spitter just going for the delay spit at the corner. Not finding anything to do. This is gonna give them a Boomer hit for the next set of SI. I believe it's going to be Charger, Boomer, Smoker, Jockey. But yeah, we do have 2 Survivors bleeding, but the rest of this map can be super open. It is very difficult to get SI damage outside of these tight hallways and small rooms that the Survivors are forced to go through. Next SI head is ready to go. Survivors, ooh, wow, actually getting a 1 boom right there, spotting behind the doorway. Kind of taking Bad Fish by surprise. They are going to start the event. Looks like they're going to wait. Take a hit in this side room. Pretty common for the Survivors to do in this area. That last SI, I'm not sure what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a quad cap. Yeah, quad cap. Charger is the last spawn. So not the spit hit for this area. Be interesting to see if the Survivors can shut this down. Jockey going in, gonna get skeeted in the doorway. Hunter skeeted as well. Charger getting shut down, and the Smoker, the only one to land right there. That's gonna give them a Jockey Hunter 2-2 for the next hit. And Survivors, they're ready to move. Instantly, after that hit is down, they are pushing out. Gonna take this first escalator at the very least. They could try to push for the second one. Yep, Ellis looks content. He's making the moves. He's taking the short path. This is gonna be the top of the escalator, and Survivors gonna keep pushing forward, it looks like. SI just now getting their spawns with that 2-2 Jockey Hunter setup. It's very hard to do anything once the Survivors have reached this point in the map. Boomer looking for the pre-spawn in the front. Gonna get popped though. Looks like that might just be the sack. The rest of the SI setting up on the room. They do have the spit for it. This may be one of the last spit hits they'll be able to go for. This choke point, of course, very baitable by the Survivors. And SPB just hold up. They're gonna finish all these commons. They're giving that door a lot of respect right now, not getting anywhere close to it, just slowly playing out the rest of this event. They do have a Charger up now on L4D1 was better. These are some pretty good SI to go for spit damage in this room. But we'll have to see. TOG Big 3, once again, the position 1, his job is to bait out this room, not get capped, backpedal, skeet the Hunter, and then get SI MVP. He's taken the first corner. It looks pretty open. Hunter looking for it, but no, he's going to get baited. Spit has already been employed. The Survivors backpedaled out of there pretty well. They have bled a lot. I think they took some spit ticks there. Jockey actually landing onto Nick. There's a punch. Charge does not finish landing, though. Hunter's going to get skied in this spitter. Trying to find something to do. They are going to spit once more. It was not up during those caps. So, Survivors moving slow, but still quite healthy. The bonus right now sitting at 583, which is pretty sizable. Definitely not unheard of for map 3 of Dead Center, but wow, this is a strong showing. They only have a few more hits before the end of this map. They are moving slow though, so we might see some extras. This 3-1 boomer setup from L4D1 was better. Looking to go in. Smoker walking in from the back right now. Charger spawned in the front. Jockey gonna get M2'd and shut down. Smoker's still looking for it. Charger's gonna get mowed down as well. Boomer getting popped. That's a pretty full hit shutdown from Team SPD. We're moving through around the last open atrium area of the map. One player in the back, Badfish, quite slow compared to her teammates. But they are pushing up the escalator right here. Final SI setup, we have a 3-1 spit hit, no smoker. And it looks like they're all gonna stack up at this first choke point, or at least the Spitter and Hunter are. Oh, he gets picked. Gets spotted out, and he's gonna get skeeted. Jockey managing to land in the back onto TOG Big 3 though. Now it's up to this Charger and Spitter. Will they be able to trigger it here? No, their spawn's gonna get taken. Trying to do it at the next corner, but no, that spawn's gonna get taken. Unable to find the spawn here to go with the Charger and Spitter. Spitter does actually get the spawn, but the Charger not able to find his target. A bit flustered on that last hit. And Survivor's looking pretty healthy to make it into the safe room. Smoker and Boomer are gonna try to do a last second pull, but it's gonna get blocked. And that should be safe room for Team StayPoorB. Making it in with a bonus of big number that I can't see yet. 536. They didn't take any damage on those last two hits. Wow. 1136 chapter score, bringing the grand total to 2,343. A solid performance from StayPoorB there on Survivor's side. Honestly, I thought the tank fight from L4D1 was better, went really well. They did accomplish a lot with that tank, and so if they can keep their Survivor side tight, they have the potential, they definitely have the potential to match this. And that's what they're going to want to do to stay in this game. I can't imagine, you know, the game's going to become decided by this map. There shouldn't be that much variation. Atrium can always have huge score swings. Whereas this map is a little bit more consistently Survivor favored. But yeah, a lot's going to come down to the tank play and then how well the Survivor team take the choke points, in my opinion. There are some deadly spit hits available, but if the Survivor team has good movement and good skeets, they can be shut down quite well. Waiting for a brief BRB from Jared. But the round does go live. This 2-2 opening hit with a Hunter Jockey for StayPoorB. Let's see what they can accomplish with it. Coach slowly baiting out the front of the safe room. That is Eve on their position 1 with Remix close behind. Just trying to bait these spawns out right now. Hunter is going to spawn. Here comes the wall kick. Pounce, not going to land, going to get skeeted. Jockey hitting right there. This might be a separation, but they do manage to get the clear through that safe room door. Damage pretty well mitigated right there. Evoker getting 7 damage on the board from his Jockey, but the Survivors only getting 1 boomed, and they are moving right along. A little bit of delay from that spit, but Survivors looks like they're going to opt to regroup. Take it kind of slow going through here. SI just now getting their 3-1 spit setup. No Jockey. Anytime you see a spitter, there's certainly some damage potential. These areas tend to be kind of open, but SI can drop right down on top of them, get some close range caps. Hunter pre-spawned in the front on the bottom, running around trying to decide what to do. Yeah, looks like this is going to be triggered as these Survivors drop. L4D1 was better, taking their time. They know they can just sit here and clear out commons. They have the Horde timer up, but that doesn't really pressure them a whole ton. Man, it is getting awful low though, and they're still clearing out commons. There comes the drop. Hunter Pounce gonna go in, managing to land. There's a 2 cap with that Smoker. Charger gonna be looking for a stumble. He charges Nick out of the spit. but that might be worth it. The spit does tick that whole time he's in motion. Pretty reasonable amount of damage for that area, honestly. StayPoorB getting, what, 40 damage on the board from that hit?
Evacs up ahead.
Pretty solid. The survivor's still in good health, though, still moving along. There may only be one more hit before this tank spawn. We have, once again, a 3-1 setup, Hunter Charger Jockey for the survivor team.
Over this door.
Here comes the pounce. Going in, Jockey, Charger, trying to fly in. Charger's not going to land. He does manage to get a punch onto that pounced player. And the Boomer just holding onto it. Maybe going to try to boom for this tank. So just a little bit of SI damage from that hit as the survivors kited it back underneath the overhang pretty well. And we do have a pause coming out. Evoker pausing. I don't know whose tank this is. I should probably be able to see that. It looks like... Oh, it is an Evoker tank. So he paused for himself right here. Getting ready for the tank, I suppose. Looks like... Yeah, survivors... Are they running a... It looks like a 3-1 Uzi setup. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see where survivors decide to take this tank. Badfish still holding onto this Boomer tank, now spawning. Wow. That pause was right before Nick was going to spawn it. Looks like survivor's gonna wait here. Ooh. Oh, the M2! But the pop! Eve popping that Boomer on his teammates. Entei had the M2 right there. Not what you want to see, but it is only a 1 boom. It'll probably be cleared out before the tank comes in, and survivors are running back. This looks like it's going to be the play. Taking the drop back down. They're going to fight the tank in that same area where SI have a few more spawns, a few more angles to come from, but the tank has such a long way to walk in to get close to these survivors, and they can just keep kiting back. Charger going to go in for a sack right now. So we do have Smoker, Hunter, and with that Boomer dying before, we should be seeing a Jockey. These are kind of the cappers that can close distance in this area and get some sneaky caps. We'll have to see. A lot is riding on the special infected for this tank fight. Evoker gonna be forced to push in before too long. He has about 150 chip to his name on second pass, and here he goes. He's gonna drop right in. Jared with the early chip on that tank. He's pushing in. About 1,000 chip on him, 1,500 chip. The survivors kiting back. They're a lot closer to this tank. Here come the SI. Jockey's going to land, get a huge stumble. That's going to give him a punch onto Rochelle, but it does get cleared nice and quickly. Hunter's going to land to give him a rock onto the other side, and that's a follow-up punch. Jared going to get in-capped right here. Tank now alone. He does have 2,000 health. Coach going to get kited all the way up that staircase. Charger, or tank going for that rock, not able to find it. That is about 1.5. I think that was 1 in cap and 1 extra punch. Something like that. Maybe 2 punches.
Thank you. No problem, Nate.
Ooh, 2 boom gonna land right there. Honestly, that's pretty good damage from StayPoorB as well. I think not quite as much as L4D1 was better. But in general, sort of matching the performance. So, Ball is now in L4D1 was better's court. They do have higher bonus, but they have a lot of map to finish getting through. With that Boomer being sacked, we have a 3-1 Hunter Charger Smoker setup for the infected right now, and they could pop it at any time. There are still commons following these following the survivors. Looks like they are refueling their ammo here on the Chrome shotgun to the side, taking their time trying to get all the ammo they need.
Reloading.
Sticking with a 2-2 setup right here. Remix has swapped over to a shotgun, and it looks like, look at this pre-spawn Hunter in the front on the vending machines. Seems like a solid location to go for a wall kick. But will the survivors be able to predict it? They do have the horde timer up. They are taking their time, pushing this choke, taking 1 spawn at a time. Remix gonna grab a melee weapon from the side. Jared in the front right now. Maybe they're baiting him out. There's gonna be the pounce. Spit should go in on top of that. Charger looking for the stumble, getting it beautifully. And the pull on top of it as well. That's a lot of damage onto Jared. Yeah, it looks like they are going to stem the bleeding and let him take that hit. But wow, that was a well-executed pounce, spit, stumble hit from StayPoorB. You know, he is still worth damage bonus. And that chipped it down quite a bit. Almost 100 points of DB gone off of that. Here comes the next hit. Boomer Gonna get a one boom. Hunter and Charger getting stopped by those doors in the front, but that's a lot of punches landing right there. Hunter did land as well momentarily. Now it's just TOG, big three with his jockey. You know, the way that hit went in, I think survivors aren't ready to move off of it, and they're gonna end up staying in this room for another hit. This should only be a Smoker Jockey 2-2 setup. Jockey gonna break down the door right there to help the commons get in. They do have a spit here, but it can be hard to do anything without a Hunter or Charger to land some big stumblers. Here comes Jockey, gonna get melted inside that door. Spitter actually landing in the door, and the Smoker pulling Entei into the doorway. Getting a reasonable amount of spit damage. Survivors, looks like they're gonna try to move now. I thought they were content to stay, but I think they're a little slow pulling the trigger on that. They won't be able to take both choke points, but should be able to get this elevator just fine unless they get stopped up. Here we go. Survivors should be stopping right here. Jockey looking for the spawn in the back. No, but the survivors have pretty solid command over this area. Here comes the SI hit. Hunter and Jockey making their way in. Hunter is going to land, but Jockey's going to get stopped. Charger getting a stumble and a huge amount of punches. There's a spit on top of that Hunter. Jared going to get in capped right there. These hits from StayPoorB doing the work that they need to chip down the bonus. Jared is going to be back up, and survivors not going to be able to move and take the next choke point, though. They are going to have to finish off the event in this area, it looks like. We have them almost done with this event. Here comes the next hit, though. SI aren't worried about the choke point spit being pre-employed on the back. It's going to miss. Smoker getting a few ticks of pull damage, I think, and a solo boom landing. It's going to extend the event a little bit, but the survivors are able to move now. They're going to take this choke. That was a pretty clean take of that SI attack. So they will be moving forward as they run away from the last common infected from this event. Probably not going to be able to take room. Jared looking kind of like he wants to rush it, and he's doing it. Taking the room. Hits the alarm. Boomer going to get popped from the back. These SI have no spawns. They're trying to hit this room, but they can't. They don't even have a spit, though. So any damage might be pretty minimal unless they get like a Charger Slam or something like that. Survivors, wow. The call to rush that room playing off big for L4D1 was better. They've taken a whole nother choke point without any real SI hit to speak of. Is this a quad, though? This is a quad up in the hands of StayPoorB. They're going to hold on to their SI for this. Can they pull it off? Smoker looking for it from the back as the survivors bait this room. A lot of separation here on Coach. Here comes the pounce. Oh, gonna get skeeted nicely. Jockey gonna land. That's a 2-cap in the back. Getting some good damage. Charger's gonna whip in the front. So for the most part, the damage from that hit shut down. Just some ticks from the Jockey Smoker in the back.
Does not look good.
That skeet by Eve really coming in clutch to shut down that hit, I think.
Gotta reload.
And survivors continuing to move through this map. They are behind in bonus at this point. Only holding a 322, but it looks like they are going to be keeping themselves in this game, not letting the gap widen too far. Looks like they aren't going to get the escalator staircase for free. And there goes the Jockey. He's going to get popped. That Boomer, oh my gosh, almost doing a ton of damage to Coach, but that bench saving him from so much spit damage right there. That's going to be another clean hit for Team L4D1 was better. They are moving kind of slow, so we will be seeing more SI up. But StayPoorB going to have to find some last-second things to do with these SI. They do have a quad. The survivors are split up right now. Hunter pre-spawned on the side. He's going to be going for the wall kick onto Ellis. Getting a few ticks. That's the in cap right there. They are going in. Jockey going to land, but get cleared very quickly. Charger unable to find a spawn, though. He's going to be by himself going for some final sort of play on these survivors. Unable to find his spawn on the information booth. This is going to be last second as they go in the safe room door. And there it is. Survivors are in. L4D1 was better. Making safe room with bonus. Not the largest. 280 bonus only. Giving them a chapter score of 880. But they are still in the running, and Atrium is next. 2,343 for StayPoorB to 1,792 for L4D1 was better.
Who the
Well, trust me, in these parts, he's as famous as Elf.
Yeah, map 3 of Dead Center
Really?
can be very,
Looks like an
in my
asshole.
opinion, choke
No,
point oriented.
hold on. You've been
And
making
StayPoorB,
jokes
really,
saying
they
all
avoided a
day,
lot
and
more
I held
choke
my
points
tongue. But don't belittle
during
Jiggy
that
if
event,
Jiggy.
managing
That
to
man is a
rush
living legend.
with some pretty good timing. Not take too many hits on the small room with Spit. Just StayPoorB getting a little bit more out of their infected on the second half of the map, I think, than L4D1 was able to. But yeah, both teams with similar tank performance. Again, I think L4D1 was better on the map 2 tank and map 3 tank, able to get a little bit more out of their tank fight, but slightly less on the interim hits. Here we go though. Final round on Atrium going live. Only about a, what is this, 400, 500-ish point difference between these two teams. Here we go, baiting this out. Hunter, wall kick, not going to land. Actually getting stuck, trying to come out of that bathroom. Here he goes. He is going to land the pounce on the player on top of this safe room door. Spit being employed. Just going to separate these survivors, though. Oh, nice pull down into the Spit. That's a huge amount of damage, actually. Whoa, 57 damage on the board for Remix right now. I don't know if that must be the Spit. A lot of damage going in on those survivors.
This is awful.
That looked like it was not going to be much after the Hunter got shut down on that safe room door.
Ideas?
I think I got one. Let's go find Jimmy Gibbs' stock car. We get that thing gassed up, we will drive out of here.
But it does turn out pretty solid.
But I'm driving.
I think the guy who came up with the idea.
We do
should
have
got
a
stock
3-1
car.
boomer setup right now. The tank going to be in the hands of Eve, his first tank of the game.
Get ready to run.
This can be an open area, very open area for the tank to have to fight in. But we'll have to see what they can do. Can be a potential rock tank. Boomer going for the walk-in. He's going to get shoved. Jockey managing to land a little bit. Hunter going to get skeeted. And we're holding on to a charger for Jared right here as this tank moves into position. Ooh, nice solo charge actually going in right there just to get some damage. 10 damage on the board from that. Survivors have moved the bait can into position. It can be a little dangerous to touch those gas cans as the event can start if you handle them a bit too much. But it looks like the survivors are fine right here. Maybe they'll use that fire to kill some SI or something. Boomer's going to get popped right now. These SI going in very staggered. I'm not sure what the plan is. They may just be sacking to get the right SI for commit, as this tank doesn't seem too interested in going for sight or rocks. Eve now on second pass. Do they have the SI they want? I believe they have the open area setup, as I'd like to call it. Smoker, Jockey, and Hunter. There goes the pull. Not going to land, but Nick giving himself to the tank. That's going to be one punch by the tank, but the Smoker is down. They have 2 more SI to work with. There's going to be the pounce. That's going to give the tank his next target. Jockey trying to find something to do. He's going to walk away. Jockey just going to try for interception. Wow, and that tank gets melted. Unable to get the final punch onto Evoker right there. That's going to be 1 survivor bleeding. Ooh, I really have to question not going for the rock play there. It seems like that tank commit not going to get a whole lot. They did get 1 player bleeding and some chip damage, but these survivors ready to start the event. Kind of some separation right here. They do have the Spit. They have a 2-2 Smoker Charger. These survivors taking a nice, safe, covered path to bring these gas cans in. They have 6 cans touched right now. This can be very dangerous to try to protect all of those. Actually, 7 cans if you count the bait can. Here comes the Boomer. He's going to try to stumble that gas can, it looks like, but he's going to get popped. Ellis starting to pour right now. They just have Smoker Charger Spitter to work on this. This might be the time to trigger it. These cans getting thrown all over the place. Not a ton of cover by these survivors, but looks like they aren't confident to go for it. Smoker going to miss that pull. There's the Spit being employed, but the cans all saved. Charger not able to find anything either. SI all getting shut down right there. The Spitter just kind of sitting there watching the action as survivors really managed to juggle these cans. They did not make it easy for the Spitter to find any targets to play on right there, and the SI unable to find any caps to open things up either. That's going to be 7 gas cans in for L4D1 was better. That's pretty good time, honestly, but it's very much... It can be very difficult to figure out what to do next. These are the hard 2 sets of cans on 3rd floor, and they have Death Corner as well on floor 2. Boomer's going to get popped right there. Probably good for the infected team more so than the survivors to have that pop happen. This is just going to be a damage play. They do manage to get a pounce and jockey. A couple of caps onto TOG Big 3, and that's enough delay to get the tank to spawn. Next tank is up into the hands of Entei, and he spawns very close to them on 3rd floor. Survivors super out of position right here. This tank may be able to get some split, but the survivors taking the drops. They actually all managed to get down to 1st floor in record time. Nice moves by, StayPoorB right there. I think I might have mixed up these things. The tank is in though, managing to get a punch onto Evoker. TOG Big 3 kiting this tank. He's going to get to the corner. Tank does manage to find the punch. This may be an end cap onto TOG Big 3. This tank very low on health though. Wow. And managing to get a final rock. A lot of spread damage from Team L4D1 was better onto these survivors, but the survivors are still moving. They have 3 more sets of pills at the event here. They're working so efficiently to get these gas cans in. StayPoorB really making the moves here. They only have 4 more gas cans to get. It's going to be awkward to get these 2 sets in one go, but maybe they can do it. They're spreading out here. They have managed to take the staircase up to 3rd floor. SI have Jockey, Hunter, Charger, Spitter. This can be a damaging setup, or it can be a burn play. Hunter going to back out. Looks like they're going to try to wait to trigger this hit. In my opinion, they should wait for the cans to be picked up. Just creates more danger for the survivors to have to deal with. Those cans are like landmines, you know, you got to be very careful with them, otherwise they explode on you. But it's going to toss the cans down. That's, wow, that's actually really well covered. It's going to be hard for the spitter to spit on those, but they really want to. Here comes the hit. That's going to be a nice spit, actually landing on the Hunter and the gas can. That's going to be the burn that they're looking for. And an end cap onto Evoker. These survivors a little bit split up right now. Coach staying up top. Kind of risky for him, but it looks like he wants to try to get this gas can before he drops back down. He has at 46 HP. Potential of going slow. Oh, but he's going to drop. Not going to go for the gas can recovery. Charger going in solo. Managing to get the cap onto Evoker. The survivors, they're not going to go for that last can up top. They don't have a spitter right now on the infected. Smoker looking for the solo play. Just trying to get damage onto Evoker right here. It is going to get cleared relatively quickly. Oh my gosh, this jockey up top. Getting the huge separation cap. Bad Fish getting solo jocked up there while he was boomed. I think his teammate kind of left him there and took the drop. And there's a gas can marooned on that floor. These survivors still have to go all the way back up to the top floor and to the 2nd floor to get gas cans once again. They have no pills on Rochelle or Coach. They're so slow. There's a burn. They're burning that 2nd gas can that was stuck on 2nd floor. I don't know about that. I feel like maybe they could have just used the spitter to end cap these survivors, but, you know, more cappers also good at ending the round. They're 1 tri-cap away from closing this out. Here comes Charger looking for the punch. He's actually going to get shut down before he can get in range of Coach. That's going to be the end cap onto Rochelle. Evoker getting pulled. Boomer managing a 1 boom onto Jackass. He's going to get an in cap from it. They have 2 in caps out right now, but that's going to be a free pickup onto Evoker. Wow, this is coming down to the wire for StayPoorB. They looked so close to getting that, but those hard sets of cans on 3rd floor proving to be very difficult to take safely. Survivors are all now standing. They may be able to get this next to last gas can in, but getting the final one could be a tall order. We've got a Spit Charge Hunter set up. That gas can's going in for free. SI can do nothing about it. Looks like they're going to be forced to play on the last gas can if they want to do anything at all.
Hey guys, unlike Ellis,
We have, yeah, Jockey, Hunter, and Charger. Looks like they're going to go for damage right here. They should have the time. That's a pre-spit going on the staircase. Ellis has ledged themselves somehow. That's going to be spit damage from the Jockey. That's Nick ledging himself as well. Good lord. Oh my gosh. I mean, this. Oh my Ellen! Rochelle! What? Evoker, please! I don't know what's going on. Maybe they were trying to transfer these survivors over there, but they don't need to go to 2nd floor. They need to go to 3rd floor. This is absolute chaos. StayPoorB, keep it together. No! Another in cap. Bad Fish with the ledge hang right here. Here comes Charger, Smoker, Boomer. That's going to be And in cap onto TOG Big 3. Jackass, the last survivor left alive. Kind of left holding the bag here. Oh my word. What a way to end that round. With the 2 ledge hangs followed up by the jumping off the edge to try to save them. Not even 3K SMH, says Jackass. Oh my lord. That is not how I expected that round to end. The first few sets of cans taken so skillfully by StayPoorB. But those final hard cans on third floor, the transition from third floor down to second just proving to be deadly. I've had a lot of trouble with that myself playing scrims the past week on Dead Center, and yeah, well played by L4D1 was better. Making the most of that choke point and really turning that from a survival by SPB into a wipe at the last couple cans. Honestly, it's going to be difficult. This is not an easy finale to do, but honestly, if they play it methodically and they don't take a lot from those tanks, bonuses are available on this finale. It is quite doable to get all of the gas cans and make some bonus when you do. But we'll have to see. It is about 500 points of difference. They are going to get a little bit more distance from the final gas cans as well. But we'll have to see what they can do right here. L4D1 was better, pushing out on their final survivor side. Boomer pop happening right there. They do have a spitter, hunter, smoker. Looking for the wall kick, not going to happen. That's going to be a nice skeet. Survivors backpedaling, 5 damage of spit. And that's going to be all she wrote for that opening hit. This should be, they might be able to get some free SI damage here before the elevator, if they're willing to throw in their SI for it. But nope, it looks like that's just going to be elevator for the survivor team. I want to see people make this finale. Nothing excites me more than some good scavenge play. Gas cans being saved from spit, spits being used on gas cans. All 13 cans getting in is what I would love to see right now. But we'll have to see. SPB have a lot of infected hits they can throw at these survivors. And they were doing very well with their infected hits on the previous maps. Boomer just gonna sit outside the window. That's gonna be a 2-boom pop. Charger looking for it right there. They did touch the gas can and then burn it instantly. So hopefully event is not started. TOG Big 3 has the tank for Team SPB. Survivors just finishing off this horde right now. Evoker is holding on to a hunter right here. Probably going to see some rock play. Tank already starting to toss some rocks in. I think the survivors worry about what he's doing for a little bit. Hunter making some noise as well. Not going to get any free rocks right here, but they do have the smoker and jockey up to assist this hunter. Tank actually making the rotation quite early, going to force the survivors out in the open. I imagine it's a rock very soon. No, Tank actually going to commit right now. They have that same smoker, hunter, jockey setup. Here we go, getting a punch onto Coach. Smoker's still alive as well. There's the follow-up pull. That's a corner, actually. This might be a full in cap onto Eve. That's pretty good right here. Tank very low on HP, but here come the next SI. That's actually a punch onto Rochelle. Follow-up punches onto Jared. Getting some good damage right here. This Tank probably going to get shut down. He gets another punch onto Jared. Wow, that is almost 2 full in caps. That is 2 full in caps worth of punches onto these survivor players. That's honestly really good work by the tank from StayPoorB there. I feel like that's a lot of damage. Kind of matching, I think. Actually, you know, kind of doubling the performance of L4D1 was Better's tank in that same location. Survivors really getting chain capped there at just the right times. Here comes the event, though. Survivors can still move past. They got that spitter pick right there, and so they know they can just toss gas cans around willy-nilly. There's a lot of separation here, though. Here comes the 2-cap attempt on these survivors on the back cans. That's going to be the pounce. That's going to be the charge. Hunter does get cleared right before the charger lands, but that's 2 slams, almost 3 slams from that charger. This might be an in-cap onto Jared. He does get in-capped right there. The separation onto the survivors. Jockey happening on the solo survivor at the car, trying to pour in gas cans. They're playing this a little too much like it's scavenged. They don't have tier 2 weapons that can shoot across the map to clear them. They do manage to clear that jockey, but only managing to pour 1 gas can in, and that's a lot more pills off the table for this survivor team. They still are holding on to bonus, but they need to do work. They need to shut down a lot more successfully than that. Wow, nice 25 damage pounce landing from Badfish. The damage, the hits just keep rolling in. Survivors, pretty good strategic play in getting rid of the spitter and dealing with these gas cans. But the execution of dealing with the SI hits just not going so well. Here comes a delay spit on the car. Charger actually gonna land right there. Wow, for full 10 damage onto Remix. The hits keep coming and they don't stop coming. Not the speediest survivor round, but they are getting these last 2 cans in. They are gonna have 7 cans in before the tank spawns, it looks like. Another delay spit from TOG Big 3. Not managing to get the burns, but pretty reasonable delay. You know, every delay is bleed, every delay is closer to the next tank spawning. And every delay is also giving time for your other SI to get ready for the next hit. Here comes the Hunter, just gonna go for some more damage right here. Separation pounce onto Jared, they're going for a pounce spit. Actually, Smoker looking for the close range pull, not gonna happen. But it's just more damage, one after another, these SI hits. Now, Badfish has a charger, and the survivors don't have a lot of options right now. They don't have the time to go for more cans before this next tank spawns. So Charger is just going to go in and sack, and it looks like Badfish going to use up his charger. He's not becoming the tank, though. Tank is up in the hands of Evoker. Survivors a little bit worse for wear right now. But this tank, wow, he's going to go for some rocks right now. Not worried about the chip, taking about 700 from that opening rock. He has 2 survivors bleeding, and Remix is slow right now. And Entei just on the edge of being slow. But the survivors, wow, just chilling. Fall rock, you won't, being called out. Tank rotating down to 3rd floor. Slightly better angles for rocks, but it looks like they're going to commit again. This tank only has about 4,500 HP. Survivors kiting to the other end of the room. Nice fall rock by the tank, actually landing it onto Eve. That's not going to give him a follow-up punch, but here comes the SI. Beautiful tri-cap landing. Tank's just going to take the follow-up punches onto Ellis, forcing Jared to go for all these clears. Not going to be able to get the follow-up rock there either. But this jockey still taking coach along the map. These survivors gonna have an end cap to deal with right now. Evoker managing to get out with 900 HP, still on first pass. That's 4 survivors bleeding, and he might be able to make some more bleed happen. If I'm the survivors in this position, you gotta try to recuperate and maybe start going for some cans. If they know how low this tank is, they're so close to killing him off. Boomer looking for it up top. That arc boom not gonna land onto Coach. And survivors, yes indeed, making their way to the staircase. They know this tank is no longer a threat, and they know they're bleeding out. They have to make some moves. Rock, whew, well-distanced rock, but not going to make any damage right there. Looks like survivors just content to go for these close gas cans. They're going to play it scavenge style. 2 survivors up top, 2 survivors on bottom, just tossing down the gas cans. They know they don't have to worry about spit right now because this tank's up. Tank is going to get killed, though. Ooh, things start to get scary. They have Smoker, Jockey, Boomer. They didn't manage to get a spitter up for this hit. And gas can's getting tossed down. If they can take this drop effectively, but here comes the SI. Jockey's gonna land. That's, oh my gosh, self-clear onto the Smoker. These survivors still alive. There's no other capper for Team SPB. The Boomer gets popped. If they can make this drop successfully to 2nd floor and get these gas cans, then they might be finishing this map. No, Entei! Unable to take the drop successfully. These are tricky. If you don't play a lot of Dead Center, you're not going to get time to practice these. And that's going to be a spit. Those gas cans are going to burn. Both of them, it looks like. Maybe just one. Yeah, only one gas can burn. No, both of them getting burned. Unable to save it from the fire damage. This looks like it might be the end for Team L4D1 was better. Jared's going to get end cap. There's the death onto Eve. It's all up to Remix. Remix versus Hunter right now. He's holding an Uzi. Not what you want to use to try to kill this off. He's going to try to kill the Smoker, but Hunter going to be able to get the cap, and that's all she wrote. Wow. GG's. Congratulations to StayPoorB. Final scores, 2,999 for StayPoorB, just shy of the 3,000, and 2,400 from Team L4D1 was better. Very close game all around, but StayPoorB keeping it together and making a nice showing throughout the campaign. All right. Wow, that was an exciting match. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks Manil for the wonderful camera work. Thanks to both of our teams, and we will see you in the next RBT game.